الله وسلامه على آله وصحبه الله تبارك وتعالى يقول هذه الحياة الدنيا إلا تحت دار الآخرة يا أيها الذين آمنوا كان لكم واصبر لربك فإنك refuge from the evil of our hearts, in whom you have guided. Nobody can misguide you. Knowing that you have been guided, nobody can misguide that person. Testify that there is no other deity worthy of worship besides Allah. None be also testify that our noble prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam is this messenger and servant. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon those who follow him, members of the household of Qiyamah. Servant of Allah. That tells us in the glorious Quran that this life, as we see it, is a place of amusement. And certainly, the real place of abode is thereafter. We have known that also tell us that in this world, those of us who believe, that's a patient, and we should also persevere with it to help ourselves, fear Allah, so that we can be and now completed that patience, judgment of Allah upon you. And you should know that by a unina, that you are within our eyes, we are monitoring you, and you glorify your God. That will never stop. You will believe, Ya Allah, always say the right thing at the right time. To do this, that will cleanse you of your Bible, to forgive you of your sin, and will never follow Allah and His Messenger. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Mercy. Thank you for protection. And we thank Him for His decision on us. We know that whatever He decides is the best thing that is happening to us. Most of the time, we don't know what is good for us. But it's only Him that knows what is good for us. Being alive, not being alive. Be healthy, not being healthy. Be successful in our own terms, not being successful. Know all this, and He's the only one that knows which one is better for us. That is why the title of my sermon today, Patience, Allah's dear brothers and sisters. God has ordained the fate of all creation, putting down their impacts and deeds, portion out between them their livelihood and wealth, and created death and life, that He may test them, which of them best. He believe in Allah's decree is one of the pillars of faith. Nothing happens in this universe except life. This life is full of misfortune. It's full of sorrow. Nobody throughout all his life that is happy. Nobody throughout all his life is sad or in sorrowful situation. Allah has created it, that all will befall us. Destined to be a place of hardship and trouble. Trials and tribulation are as inevitable in this life as cold and heat are inevitable in our life. That says that certainly we shall test you with something of fear, hunger, loss of wealth, lives, and fruit, but give glad tidings to those who are patient. That says that test is part of our creation. Test is part of our growth. Test is part of our sustenance. And test is big of our ibadah. Predestination is a test by which truthful ones are distinguished from the untruthful ones. That says, do people think that they will be left alone because they say, we believe and they will not be tested? Do you think that because you believe in Allah, that Allah will not test you, not deceive yourself? The more you have faith, the more you will be tested. The higher your iman, the higher your test. Human souls does not become pure except through trials. And it is during tribulation that real men are known. A scholar said, whoever wants to have everlasting peace and well-being with no affliction does not understand the meaning of Allah's commandment, nor does he perceive the meaning of submission of Allah. Every soul, either believe or not believe, that inevitably face suffering in this world. This life is based on hardship. Man lives between comfort and suffering. Prophet Adam, والسلام, for instance, had the angels prostrated before him, and yet was soon after expelled from paradise. The believer is afflicted with trials in order to refine him, not to punish him. Tested in taste, in ease, and as well as in action. Allah says that, that I will try them with good, that is blessing, and evil, in order that they might turn to Allah and believe. So to us in Islam, when something good comes to you, test. When seemingly things that you don't like happen to you, it's equally a test from Almighty Allah. Do not think Allah has answered your prayers. That is why you are rich. Do not think that Allah has answered your prayers. That is why you are in a position. That thing you think Allah has given to you is a test. You all remember the story of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. When his prayer was answered, the first thing he said that, oh Allah, you want to test me, whether I will appreciate or I will be arrogant before you. In Islam, we have to prepare ourselves mentally for afflictions before they occur, so as to make their occurrence light on us. Not worry because of tribulation. But they have their limits and what you utter during your hard time. For many a word has ruined its utterance when you are in pain and when you are too happy. What you say, because whatever you say will actually come back to you. Perhaps most of the time, you must have forgotten. The resolute Muslim stand firm during hardship. His heart does not change and it does not complain. Console yourself, whenever afflicted with the promise of the word from Allah. Wise people show endurance whenever they are striking misfortune, so as not to add to their misfortune the malicious joy of their enemy. But whenever your enemies know of your misfortune, they are overjoyed. Brothers and sisters in Islam, keep your misfortune and your pain. For concealment of affliction and pains are of the qualities of noble people. Patience over affliction. They will soon be removed from you. Those who perished only suffer that because of their impatience, while the patient ones are being compensated with good reward. That's it. And those who are patient, you will certainly pay them a reward in proportion to the best of what they use. Dear brothers and sisters, I want us to understand one thing about us and our God. Many of us who do not give Almighty Allah due. We only mention Allah as our Lord. We never give Allah his due, never accept whatever he has done. Some people claim to be knowledgeable. Some claims to be intelligent. Some claims to be the one that they are wali, that close to Allah. But let them have a small problem. Let them have a small challenge. It is then you will realize that they were all liars. They were all pretenders. They never understood who Almighty Allah is. How do we give Allah his due? How do we give Allah his respect and his honor? The way to give Allah his respect, his honor, is that whatever happens to you, whether good or bad, the first thing you should see, perhaps this is the best thing that is happening to me. I was with a friend from the US. He saw an accident, and the accident affected him. And he said, "Oh, so what is the meaning of that statement?" He said, "The meaning of the statement is that perhaps Allah has saved you with this little one. No matter the strength of what you have seen, it is actually small from the punishment or the trials in the hand of Almighty Allah. That whichever that comes to you, you must see that Allah has come again because He's the owner of power. Whatever He has given to you, do not think that it is anybody, or you feel that why you, or you feel that it is too early, or you feel that it is too late, or you feel that it is too small, or you feel like it is too big. You have to be conscious. This is from Almighty Allah. And His decision is final. Whenever you want something, that is what will happen. No matter how strong, no matter how powerful, no matter how connected, no matter how knowledgeable, no matter how close, no matter how powerful, no matter how strong, no matter whom you are, Allah's decision is what will happen. But for us to understand Allah's decision, that whatever happens to us, we should see it as an opportunity for us to grow and to have promotion before Almighty Allah, who afflicted one. Your Lord does not deny you what you want, except when it's better than that. He does not test you, but for your well-being. He does not object to you, speculation, but to purify you. He tries his slaves with pleasure as his blessing. He blesses them with calamity. Not therefore waste your time thinking over what has already been guaranteed for you by Almighty Allah. As long as one is still alive, his provision will not doubt come to him. That says, and no moving living creature is there on earth, but his provision is due from Almighty Allah. Brothers and sisters, if Allah, out of his wisdom, closes a door against you, opens out his door of mercy for you that is better than the one that is closed. There used to be an adage among some negotiations some years back. Say if you are not sacked in UTC, you don't know there is work in UAC. Meaning is that whatever happens to you, I do not know whether some of us will remember the story of one permanent secretary in FCPA about 20, 25 years back. He slapped a minister, and there was a crisis. They removed him. It is because they removed him, now became a minister. He resigned from work, and because he resigned from work, he was appointed as a minister, not more than 2-3 months later. Do we thank the person that sacked him, or do we thank the person that has appointed him? The meaning is that whatever happens to you, as a Muslim, you know it is a good thing. It's the better thing that Almighty Allah wants to do. We have seen an experience of so many people that they were transferred to some places, but because they feel that this is a calamity in them, they try to make sure that they come back. And when they came back, it was a time that those organizations. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we should know Sayyidina Adam alayhi salatu wasalam labor along difficult paths with affliction. Sayyidina Ibrahim was thrown into a blazing fire. Sayyidina Ismail was laid down for slaughter. Yunus was swallowed by a whale. Sayyidina Ayub suffered from severe illness. Yusuf was sold for a small amount of money, thrown into a well and wrongfully jailed. And Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam suffered different kinds of injury. You also are in a path of calamity, moving. But the life does not give pleasure only to anyone. The prophet said, if Allah wants to do good to somebody, afflict him with trials. People of knowledge said, whoever Allah creates for paradise will be having trials and undesirable things. So the meaning is that these trials, they are actually confirmation of Allah's mercy. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this trial, no, trial in one's religion, and whatever trial beside that is regarded as well-being. For it raises one in the rank and places also all comforts that do not bring one closer to Allah. It's a tribulation, it's a crisis, it is a tragedy. That opportunity things that you think you are enjoying that takes you away from God and you are far from Almighty Allah because you are enjoying. That is not enjoyment. Allah is actually trial, actually a path to destruction. But crisis, problem, trials, tribulations that take you close to God, you should thank Allah that Allah loves you. And that is better than wealth, than enjoyment that take you far away from Almighty Allah. It is only Almighty Allah who deserves all praise and is capable of attending to all our complaints. It is only Him that we must beseech to remove our misfortune. Pray to Him during the night and submission and humbleness, and request Him to make our affairs easy for us. Quran says, among the people of Muhtara, that is it not He who responds to distress one when He calls on Him? That all our life is full of challenges, that our life is full of tribulation. You that you are in a position today, or somebody have decided probably that person does not like your face, He remove you, and you think everything has ended for you. And probably you that have a child or two, do you know Almighty Allah used to surprise the world by Himself? I've seen a man in this Abuja. He has 3 children and 1 wife, and within 1 month, the 4 of them died. The children died. They did not have accident. It was just sickness. The 3 of them died, and even the wife died. What will also make you to fear Allah? When the man marry another wife, that wife that the man married, the wife usually brings another man to be sleeping with her on her husband's bed. You think, you now look that Allah's trial is beyond your imagination. That Allah's trial is beyond what we think we are. Many of us today complain that we do not have money. Many of us complain that we do not live the type of life we want to live. Perhaps it is the best for us. Perhaps it is an opportunity for us to have Allah's blessing. That what you will say, the kind of prayer you will do, might be last longer, not only for you, but even for your generation. Perhaps it will be the only time that you have the opportunity of getting closer to Almighty Allah. That you will have the opportunity of knowing that it is Allah who owns everything and is the one that used to take everything for us. We have seen so many situations in which the loved one, Allah takes them, in which those people that you think that they are the one that you can rely on for your sustenance, and at the end of the day, you will not have anybody beside you. There was the story of one man that they find themselves in an island, and they met a particular man that has a horse, that he has a camel, that every livelihood of them is from that camel. What they want, they drink the milk of it, and it carried them to wherever they want to go. They now hosted a particular group of people that have problems. They have a horse and camel. One day, when the people they helped, they finished, they hosted them in their place, and the day those people wanted to leave, the man now came back, he burnt their house, and he threw their camel inside river. At the end of the day, the camel died, and they did not have a place to live. A young man that followed the elderly man said, "Why did you do this to the people who have helped us?" The elderly man smiled, said, "Don't worry, let's go." And they left the place. About 3, 4 years later, the same man that they burned their house and they threw the camel away, they now met in the program in the city. And the young boy saw them and he called the senior who took them there. He said, "See the people that you destroyed their thing, they are now rich." Now say, "Let's go and ask them, how did they do it?" When he asked them, he said, "What's the magic that you people do that make you change the way which you live?" Now told the man. He said they did not know. Somebody demolished their house and they threw the camel. They used the way. The man smiled. He said, but since then they discovered that they have a challenge. They now change the way they live, and Almighty Allah bless them. The man who destroyed now called his boy. Let me tell you the secret of what I've done for them. I've seen strength in these people, that the little enjoyment they have does not allow them to think out of the box. That he knew if they are in problem, that they will think out of the box, and that is the result of what he has done for them. That today they are now big people. Allah has blessed them for those little things which they are having. So it means that little problem, that the challenges which we face as human beings, do not see it as the end of our life. It might actually be the beginning of good things that will happen to us. It might actually be Allah's blessing that Almighty Allah is talking to us. He wants us to see that you are destined for greatness. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, you listen to what I've been discussing since morning. I'm actually talking to ourselves, especially those of us who are alive and our movement has always been around this month. This year we started it prior. January. Just that he was the one that used to record our program. Another woman died. He was always all around when it's come to everything is done. By the time you mention her name, the only this word called medical. The only thing that interests that woman is done. In the middle of the night, call Ajarafa that there's something you need to do. Just call us at 1 a.m. that she has answered Allah's call. To Allah, you are the one who created her. And you are the one that you know what she is. Forgive her. All what she left behind. Almighty Allah, you are the one that knows it. Please bless them all. Bana, Atina, Hasanata, وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم ارزقنا قلبا خاشعا هادئا دوريا وعينا باكيا وبدنا صحيحا صابرا ويقينا صالحا. اللهم انت امرتنا بدعائك ووعدتنا باجابتك وقد دعوناك كما واقامتنا فاجبنا كما وعدتنا يا ذا الجلال والاكرام. سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.